Hi, this is a complete toe spreader tutorial. In this video, we're going to understand what are toe spreaders, how can we use them, how can we optimize them, and their pros and their cons. So first of all, there's three different types of toe spreaders in the market. There's the standardized Correct Toes, which is the Under Armour of Correct Toes. There's silicone toe spreaders. Here is white and black. You can find them on Amazon. We sell them as well, and you can find them on most barefoot shoe retailers. And there's a third type, which I don't own, called Yoga Toes. So we're gonna break down the difference between them. First and foremost, we got the high-end ones. The high-end ones are called Correct Toes. They're very, very simple to put on. You literally just slip them on. I personally have some modifications in the pinky toe and big toe to make it a little bit wider. And the science behind specifically the Correct Toes is that they're anatomically shaped, which means that they're not just spreading your toes, but they're actually spreading your toes, sorry about the dirt, that's what happens when you live the barefoot life, the way your toes should be spread. Number two, we have conventional silicone toe spreaders. These are two different brands that I got, just so we can kind of feel the difference between them. So this part right here, the wider part is gonna go on our big toe. These usually take a little bit of more time to put on. So while I'm putting them on, I'll explain the three reasons why I like using toe spreaders. First and foremost, most conventional shoes, especially dress shoes and sneakers, tend to have a very narrow toe box. So the entire time we're taking our beautiful foot and we're smushing it together. So just by wearing the toe spreaders, we're putting our toes in a little bit more of a stretched position, which really allows them to splay, which is a huge, huge, huge benefit in our stability, our ability to balance, and our ability to run, walk, squat, and perform at our best. The second main reason is that by stretching the muscles, we get increased blood flow. And especially for people whose feet are very tight, have injury, soreness, or tightness, a lot of times the blood circulation isn't as good. So just by simply putting these on and hanging out in them, you're increasing your blood flow, which is going to improve your recovery and help with tightness, obviously along with a foot strengthening lifestyle. The third and most important is not just wearing the toe spreaders while you watch the newest episode of The Mandalorian. It's actually to wear them while training. And the reason for that is because a lot of times, especially if we have some sort of bunion and our big toe is pushed in, what happens is that the big toe doesn't function properly, which leads all the way up to knee and hip dysfunction. So by placing our toes in the correct anatomical way, what happens is when we squat, when we sprint, when we walk, we're able actually to have the big toe aligned to perform correctly. So if you have smushed toes and your toes are smushed from years and years of narrow footwear, I'd highly recommend them wearing them when you work out in the gym, when you walk, when you run. Most shoes that fit the Correct Toes are usually minimalist shoes as well with a wide toe box, which is super useful. Now, pros and cons. So pros, they're super duper useful for the 3 points that we just said. We said blood circulation, splaying the toes, and really helping your big toe align properly. The cons is for people who are not accustomed to wearing toe spreaders, it can get very uncomfortable after a bit of time. And that's simply because your toes are not used to being in that stretched position. It's the same thing if I were to hold a stretch for my pectoralis and my deltoid for 5 minutes, it may start getting uncomfortable. So that's usually a sign, especially with the silicone toe spreaders, the cheaper ones, that it's time to take them off. So if you have silicone toe spreaders, the second they start getting uncomfortable, take them off. The next time you put them on, you can wear them for 5 more minutes. 3 weeks, a month down the line, you can wear them for even longer. I don't recommend sleeping in them, especially the silicone ones, because A, it's not just about passively stretching, even though that may feel good. It's about actively working them. So when we're sleeping, we're not really working our feet so well. So it's a lot more important that we wear them during activity. And when we sleep, we don't have control over our feelings as much because we're in dreamland. So it may be a little bit too much of a stretch for us while we sleep. That is Toe Spreaders 101. Now, Where do these fit in for people who either have a nice wide toe splay or have healthy, strong, functioning feet, such as myself, such as many people who have been on the journey for a while? So the main objective of correct toes is to restore function. They don't magically improve good functioning feet. So I personally wear them every once in a while just to remind my foot, make sure that it's in a good wider position, and I also make the correct toe a little bit thicker over time. But if you have good, strong, functioning feet, it's very, very possible you don't need these in the first place. Because if we never wore shoes, we probably wouldn't even have this issue in the first place. So, to summarize, if you have been wearing these for quite a while, it's very possible that you no longer need them. It is good to revisit them once in a while just to remind yourself what it's like to have that proper toe splay and proper tripod foot. That is Toe Spreaders 101. Peace out.